Hi everyone, my name is Michelle, and today I'm going to be doing a healthy cooking tutorial on how to make baked chimichangas and a healthy version of fried ice cream that's actually unfried. It's healthy and delicious, and it's pretty quick too. You need some large flour tortillas, some ground beef. You can also use chicken if you'd like, taco seasoning, any sort of cheese you prefer, a can of diced tomatoes and green chilies, refried beans, some enchilada sauce, red or green's fine. And if you want to make some rice, you can, or something else on the side. For my dessert, I'm doing a version of fried ice cream that's unfried. It's actually really good and a little bit healthier. What you're going to need is some sugar frosted flakes. I crushed these ones up in a bag. Some vanilla ice cream, some cinnamon, about a half a cup of honey, unsalted butter, about a whole stick, some wax paper, and some just various toppings, whatever you want to use. You can use some berries, chocolate syrup, whipped cream, just to garnish. What I did was I took about 3 balls of vanilla ice cream, rolled them up with my fingers. It's a little bit messy, but it's okay. You're going to want to take the wax paper, put it on the bottom of a little dish like this, and put it in the fridge for about 4 hours until they're really firm. First, you're going to want to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So while I have my rice cooking, I browned my ground beef. And you're going to want to add a little bit of water back into the pan as I drain the grease off. I added about a package of taco seasoning to my meat. This is about a pound of ground beef. I'm going to mix it in a little bit. And as much water as you want to add just varies on how watery it gets when you add the other ingredients, but I like to just add just a little bit. I add a whole can of diced tomatoes and green chilies to it. Even add a little bit of that can of enchilada sauce, just a little bit, dab, just to mix it in there. You're going to mix this all in and cook it till it's just about thickened, just a little bit. Now I'm going to start assembling the chimichangas. You're going to want to spray a pan with some nonstick cooking spray. I put these tortillas in the microwave for a couple of seconds just to kind of soften them up so they're not as hard. You're going to want to take some refried beans, just about a spoonful or so. You're going to spread it on the bottom of the tortilla shell. Just in the center is fine. You don't really have to do the whole thing. Just on your preference if you like beans. Put a lot of beans. If you don't like beans, then you don't really have to add them if you don't want to. Add a couple scoops of the beef in the middle. You can add a little cheese. You could put a little bit more of anything you like in there. Absolutely anything. Some jalapenos, some more enchilada sauce, whatever you like. You're going to take the 2 sides, roll up, pull down, tuck a little bit, and then roll back up. Now what I like to do is just spray it with a little bit more cooking spray on the top and the bottom. And then you just set it right on the pan. Then you're going to want to repeat that with as many of them as you like. I usually make about 4, or approximately 4 with this batch, but you can make more or less to how many people you're serving. I usually put them on the top rack. What you want to do is you want to flip them every 5 minutes, and at about the last 20-minute mark, you're going to want to put a little bit of enchilada sauce and cheese on them as well. Then I'll show you that when you're ready. Here I took my frozen balls of vanilla ice cream out of the fridge. I have my crushed cornflake cereal or frosted flakes, or you can even use granola if you like. I took about the stick of the butter. You're going to want to melt it and just pour it right into the cereal. You don't have to use the whole stick if you don't want to, more or less depending. You just want to coat the cereal in the butter. Now while using butter isn't the most healthiest idea here, it is a lot healthier to me than frying them, which is traditional in fried ice cream. Depending on how much cereal you use, you just want to coat it just a little bit. So you probably won't even use the whole stick of butter. Then you're going to take your ball of ice cream. You're going to want to coat it in the cereal. You're going to push it into it a little bit. Just so it's coated all the way around. Just push it right in. Just so it's evenly coated. You can add more or less depending on much you'd like on there, but it's pretty evenly coated. You want to do all 3 balls same way. Then you're going to want to take these 3, you're going to put them back in the freezer for about an hour or more, half an hour or so. It doesn't really matter, I guess, as long as they're just firm. Now I've been turning my chimichangas for about 20 minutes or so. You can see how they're lightly browned on top. So there's a little bit of stuff coming out the sides. That's perfectly fine. It happens. What you're going to want to do is, this is some enchilada sauce here. Just drizzle it lightly over the top of each of the chimichangas. Just to give it almost like a burrito sort of feel to it. Then you're going to take some cheese, lightly set it on top. It's okay if it's messy. It's going to get a little messy at the end. And you want to put these back in the oven just for a couple minutes, just so the cheese melts on top. So this is it. I put my chimmy with some rice and some cheese on top. You can do whatever you want on the side, whatever you feel like. This is my ice cream. I took it out of the fridge. In a saucepan, I warmed up the honey, a little dash of cinnamon in it, just for a few seconds until it gets a little, not as firm. You're going to drizzle that right over the top of your fried ice cream ball. Put some chocolate on there. I'm going to put some chocolate on mine. This makes it look pretty. Put some blueberries on it. A little strawberry for garnish. Looks really pretty. Put some whipped cream on the side. Like a lot of whipped cream. And there you go. It is a baked chimichanga and unfried ice cream.